So we're out here in a little snow going on in mid-coast Maine region. We decided to come out and do some hiking, and we figured we'd bring you along and show you a few tricks. One's pretty common sense, the other one maybe you didn't think about before. But first off, some snow makes some water. Nice bit of snow. So a lot of you guys know that my friend Jeremy, who I walked with, and he made it all the way across the country. He started his own coffee company. So we're gonna try some of that out here. I'm pretty excited about it. If you're not familiar with it, it's beans from the core, and it's definitely on Instagram. I think he's also probably on Facebook. But there's a couple different roasts. This one is the dark roast, and it's a prison break. And one of the cool things about this coffee is that each different blend has a story that correlates to the title of it. That's something that happened while Jeremy was on his walk. And yeah, I won't read it to you. You're gonna have to get some yourself, but or maybe I will read it. I don't know. Gotta get some more snow in here. But I thought this would also be a cool time to show you guys this little trick. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's thought of it, but I don't know anybody else who's done it yet. So, we all know that whole bean coffee is the way to go. But if you don't have a grinder, like we don't, or if you have whole bean coffee and you go out in the woods and you want to have some coffee and you're like, oh shit, forgot it's not ground. Check this out. You can take your camp cup, yeah, check those out. Look at those. Fucking awesome. It smells so good. Yeah, you just get your camp cup, and then get the multi-tool. Get the pliers part. And it takes a while, but we're boiling water with fire, so got plenty of time. You just crunch it up. But I'm gonna crunch this up for a minute and get this water going, and we'll check back with you once we get the coffee actually going. So right there is about what you end up with. You could get it a little bit finer if you want, but this is pretty good for French press. So, and actually the French press system I have is pretty nice. It's pretty cool. If you are serious about coffee on the go or outdoors, this Stanley makes a French press vacuum thermos all-in-one, and it's even got a spot to keep your pre-ground coffee if you go that way. This time I did not, so I'm just going to pour this right in there. Get a little stick and stir it a little bit. hot. There we go. Nice. All right. Just let this hang out close to the fire and kind of brew for a second. I love when coffee does that. I feel like that's how you can tell that it's good stuff. I'm gonna add actually a little bit more snow in there. It's a little bit low. All right. Let's go ahead and read this story for the prison break. I had arrived at my destination, a small Oklahoman town up near the Panhandle. After walking 6 days straight in 105-degree heat, you could probably imagine how happy I was to be pitching my tent next to a lake. The county sheriff rolled up and told me I shouldn't camp here because a nasty storm is coming in and this lake is subject to flooding. So he gives me a lift into town and shows me where to pitch up for the night. Upon leaving, he says, right across the street from you is the prison. If there's a breakout, you'll hear sirens. Just stay in your tent. Also, if a big storm comes, you'll hear a storm siren. Run to shelter. Have a good night. I wasn't worried because what are the odds that the night I had camped there, a prison breaks out? Not likely. It's 3:45 a.m. and the prison break sirens are blasting. I'm awakened suddenly by the massive roars and cracks of an Oklahoman thunderstorm. Buckets of rain pour down on my tent. I hear cop cars whizzing by and search dogs in the distance as I lay there awake in my tent thinking, damn dude, what are the odds? Sure enough, there was a prison break and a massive storm happening at the same time. The sun came up, I broke down my camp. I knew a strong cup of coffee was the only thing that could get me on down the road after that sleepless night. Adventure awaits. Yeah, can you imagine that? Fucking prison break while you're camping and a storm. Now, when Jeremy and I were on the walk, it was definitely our morning ritual. We didn't do anything until we had made at least 2 pots of coffee. I'm a pretty serious coffee drinker, and Jeremy might actually, well, he started his own coffee company. I'd say he's officially more serious about it than I am. But I wanted to try it because he called me on the phone and he told me that it was like some of the best coffee that he had ever had. And the dark roast, the prison break right here, is probably what I would really like because I like really strong coffee. So I wanted to try it and support Jeremy. And ooh, it's starting to bubble over. I'd say that's about there. Should probably try this cup of coffee. Yeah, this thing just breaks off here like this. There's a lot of smoke. All right. Cup for me and a cup for my wife, Nymph, who's filming this. Since we're out here in the woods, I think I'm going to have myself a little smoke with my coffee. It's a Downhill Durbar. This used to be the early morning blend. It's actually pipe tobacco and you can't get it anymore. So it's probably blasphemy that I'm about to roll it into a cigarette paper, but that's what I want to do. Hot. Let's see how it is. That's a damn good cup of coffee. Whoever's roasting this for you, Jeremy, knocked it out of the park. coffee and a campfire outside in the snowy woods.
Okay.
So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with who I am, I'm Cody, and I run the Vondervogel Official. You can find that on Instagram. There'll probably be clips, and we'll do a YouTube. I think I'm going to create a YouTube. It'll just be Vondervogel Outdoors, and that'll be the channel, and you'll be able to find the full thing on here. And it's all about adventure and reinventing the space around you and using your time in a way that more suits you than society per se. And so where we're at here, this is a glacial pond right down there, and this is about 2 miles. This is about 2 miles away from the cabin that we live in, so it's not very far to get to. And although I'm here, I've been talking about this big walk that Jeremy did, and I joined him for the first portion of it. But adventure can just, you don't have to walk across the country. You can just go out your back door and go do something new. Like today, we woke up and there was a snowstorm hitting, so we decided we wanted to come out and make coffee out here in the woods. We could have easily made it at home, but we wanted to come out here in the woods. And I've been thinking about the walk with Jeremy a lot lately, actually, especially since I got his coffee in the mail. And it's pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild. It feels like it's already been forever ago, doesn't it, dude? Yeah, we started on April 22nd. We left from the Brooklyn Bridge, and Jeremy's final destination was the Sundial Bridge in Redding, California. And I walked with him as far as the Ohio state line, and then I left. But man, we had a hell of a time. Some really good times walking, and a lot of funny camp stories, and swimming in Great Lakes and swinging maces at Wolf Brigade Gym with Greg and his crew up there. And I carried a Wolf Brigade mace. If you don't know what those are, if you're into working out, you should check those out. They're pretty fucking awesome. And Jeremy and I have talked about maybe we'll do like some videos back and forth, and with both of us together, and do more stories about our walk and stuff. But he was just at the on the Joe Rogan podcast with Justin Wren, and so that's a few episodes back. But if you find the one with Justin Wren, they talk for probably about 10 or 15 minutes about Jeremy's walk. And for those of you who don't already know, he did the whole walk for Justin Wren's charity called Fight for the Forgotten, and I think it's like 100% of the proceeds, 100% of the profit from Jeremy's coffee goes to those charities. And I know he's out right now traveling around, talking to people, trying to get more blends of coffee together that support other things. So check that out. And Jeremy, when you see this, I love you, dude, and I hope you're killing it out there, man. This coffee fucking rocks. So and everybody else, go outside and play in the snow if you're around snow. If you're someplace hot, sorry. Thanks for tuning in.